Right now, we head to Janesville to check out a workout studio that utilizes trampolines. We take you inside rock rebounding. Also hear from a local coffee shop owner after yet another vehicle crashed into their business.
That's where the beam came in. Beam, a ray of light, a ray of sunshine. Black excellence achievement makers.
And students are being recognized for their good work in Sun Prairie. We're taking you to the 7th Annual Beam Awards. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Let's head outside to get a look at your first warn forecast with the meteorologist Blaze Keller, who is live in Madison. Blaze, how does it feel out there tonight? I see you got the jacket on.
Yeah, it feels pretty comfortable out. We're sitting underneath clear to mostly clear conditions on this Saturday night. We're going to continue to sit underneath quiet conditions into most of your Sunday as well. Beginning to slip into the low 40s in Madison, up into Fond du Lac as well. Everybody else seems to be in the mid to upper 40s, if not the low 50s. The Dells were also in the low 40s. It's 43 in Waunakee as well as in Sun Prairie, 46 in Edgerton, 45 in Mount Horeb. With the clear skies, we're going to slip into those mid to upper 30s, if not the low 40s. So some patchy frost as well as some fog may be possible overnight into the start of Sunday, but pretty seasonal more or less. Now, over the last 72 hours, so the last 3 days, we've been a little bit on the soggy side, to say the least. The dark blue to light blue is anywhere from a half an inch to about 1.5 inches, if not more, of rain over the last 3 days. So we need to dry out a little bit, and we're going to talk about the dry conditions that set up next week, how long it could last, and how little rain we could see next week in the full forecast.
All right, sounds good, Blaze. We'll see you in just a bit. And you can track the forecast for yourself on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It is hourly planners, road conditions, and even radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store and just search WISC Weather. A vehicle crashed into a brick column in front of Mother Fool's Coffee House in downtown Madison Friday evening. The cafe was evacuated and a property owner shut down electricity to the front of the store as a safety precaution. The City of Madison Building Inspection were called to the scene and the tow truck responded to remove the minivan. The column that was hit by the crash had been supporting the front of the building. News 3 caught up with one of the owners of the building, and they share with us this is not the first time this has happened.
And then for us, this is our third time being hit by a car. The building was also hit by a car once, at least, before we owned it. And then other businesses up and down the street have also been hit by cars. So I guess my main point is it's a great time to do some traffic calming things on Willie Street.
A second vehicle was found nearby with minor front damage, but no injuries were reported for either party. A Black Earth man is dead Friday afternoon after a crash in the town of Brigham. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office reported the crash occurred at the intersection of U.S. Highway 18-151 and County Trunk Highway K. An initial investigation showed a semi-truck was traveling westbound on USH 18-151 when a pickup truck traveling southbound on CTHK failed to stop at the intersection. The driver of the pickup truck was identified as David Glessing, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the semi-truck was identified as a 45-year-old California man. The crash remains under investigation by the Iowa County Sheriff's Office with assistance from the Wisconsin State Patrol. It is farmers market season, and the Hilldale Farmers Market kicked off today. Running from May 3rd through October 25th, the Hilldale Farmers Market located at the Hilldale Mall will bring Madisonians homegrown goodness every single week. We had the chance to catch up with one of the vendors whose family is no stranger to the scene.
Lots of new products this year. I've kind of opened it up and done some different things and want to appeal to a larger crowd. So super exciting. I love it. I spend a lot of my time thinking of ideas and just working on the farm. Parents do the market up at the square. My sister does Dubuque, and my sister Jill does Wauwatosa. So we're all over, just trying to get all the honey needs here to the public.
The Hilldale Farmers Market is every week from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Today kicks off a month of service projects nationwide by the VFW, and they have partnered with Northside Madison's Lakeview Elementary School for the VFW's Day of Service, helping build the school new opportunities to learn outdoors.
And so partnering with the VFW today to come out, they really came to us and said, what do you need? Really really wanting to take learning outdoors. We have been doing that for quite a while now and wanting to expand our outdoor learning spaces. And so talking through that, we identified that we want to put in a bike path.
This is the 4th year of the VFW's Day of Service. Today, the Sun Prairie community leaders hosted the 7th annual Black Excellence Achievement Makers Awards ceremony, better known as BEAM. The families spent the day learning and rewarding students in their community.
BEAM Awards is unlike any other award. Sun Prairie often recognizes things like grit, which are incredible. It's really important to have, resiliency and all of those things, but BEAM really is about taking a cultural lens and an equity lens.
In addition to the awards, attendees sat through panels to learn more about the Sun Prairie community. This year, organizers said they awarded 7 students, and we here at News 3 just want to congratulate all the winners. Women's health, that's the focus of downtown Janesville's newest edition. But as our Elia La Liberté shows us, there's a bit of a twist or a jump to the workout classes.
It's something you're more likely to find at a playground. But for Carrie Krieger, each jump is a step towards body positivity.
This is the one space that you can come to, and you have to focus on yourself.
She opened Rock Rebounding downtown Janesville this week with the goal of lifting women up.
As moms, we focus on 20 million different things. So the female empowerment is, I want you to understand to love your body through all phases of life and to become one with the trampoline and spend time with just yourself.
The 30-minute classes Carrie offers happen right on these 10 trampolines and are meant just for women.
With the perimenopausal world, I feel like this could be something that could be great to bring to Janesville. Strengthening of the pelvic floor, we do a lot of bringing our knees to our core, a lot of core workout, really bringing something that's new and shiny, but also low impact and high energy.
Carrie's only taught a couple of classes so far, but is already catching the attention of women like Sarah Byer.
It is interesting just because there's a lot of movement. I'm one that I don't stay still well, so I think it's fun. You just get to kind of bounce and be crazy, so that speaks to me.
I think as females, we're always so hard on our body. We need to find wins in life as females and accept our body no matter what, at whatever stage we're at.
The empowerment in each step, or jump, of Carrie's business plan. Reporting in Janesville, Elia La Liberté, News 3 Now.
Ellie, thank you. Currently, classes are Monday through Friday mornings, but Krieger is looking to hire another instructor to offer more. You can find the classes schedule and booking information up on this story on our website at channel3000.com. Coming up next on News 3 Now at 10, Blaze returns with a complete look of your first warn forecast. And President Trump continues to defend his economic policies and tariffs. This as Warren Buffett announces he plans to step down as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. And tonight, passengers flying to or from Newark Liberty International Airport are experiencing long delays and cancellations. Why the troubles after the break?
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Tonight, President Trump is back in Florida. He spent the day at his golf club, and he has not reacted to Warren Buffett's warning about tariffs. But there is news on that front. CBS's Willie James Inman is in West Palm Beach.
Markets rallied this week after the U.S. economy added 177,000 jobs last month. But there is new stress on the auto industry. Overnight, a 25% tariff on imported auto parts kicked in. That could prove costly for consumers, driving up the cost of repair and even insurance.
Prices are going to go up. And when prices go up, sales slump.
The trade war has rattled consumer confidence and corporations about their profits. GM revising its outlook and McDonald's announcing its worst quarter since 2020. In an interview with NBC News, President Trump downplayed recession fears.
Is it okay in the short term to have a recession?
Look, everything's okay. What we are, I said, this is a transition period. I think we're going to do fantastically.
Amid the president's tariff push, new executive action this week aimed at cutting off funding for NPR and PBS.
We would look very different without government funding, there's no question.
PBS CEO Paula Kerger says this would be disastrous to communities, especially in rural areas who rely on them.
We provide an opportunity for people to be alerted if there's a disaster, to get updates. And we do it because we have the capacity and because we're in the public service business.
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting argues only Congress can cut its funding. Meanwhile, both the leaders of NPR and PBS say they will challenge the president's move. Willie James Inman, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Public health experts have raised serious concerns about the EPA's new plans targeting PFAS chemicals. These types of chemicals contaminate drinking water and are called forever chemicals because they don't break down in the environment. They accumulate in our bodies and have been linked to health problems, including various types of cancer. The Biden EPA team took steps to effectively require water systems to remove PFAS from tap water by 2029. Industry groups sued over the new rules. Experts are concerned because under the Trump EPA's new plans, it's not clear if the agency what they will do to defend the rules, rescind them, revise them, or even uphold them. Tonight, passengers flying to or from Newark Liberty International Airport are experiencing long delays and cancellations. The busy airport outside New York City has been hit by disruptions all week with no end in sight. CBS's Ali Bowman is there for us tonight with the latest.
Hopefully, we'll get out tonight.
It's day 6 of long delays, cancellations, and frustrations.
It's crazy.
This week, 20% of the air traffic controllers for Newark Liberty International Airport walked off the job. The FAA confirming and one airline official noting equipment failures preceded the job action. The situation so unsustainable, United Airlines canceling 35 round-trip flights per day from Newark.
That's a short-term fix. You can't get controllers into the pipeline quick enough, and the technology cannot be updated quickly enough.
200 miles south in Washington, D.C., an investigation into a new air scare at Reagan National.
Delta 1671, climb maintain 3000, go around 3000.
Going around 3000, Delta 1671.
Air traffic control directed 2 passenger jets to abort landing at Reagan National Airport Thursday as this Army Black Hawk helicopter circled the nearby Pentagon preparing to land. The FAA called Thursday's helicopter a priority air transport and told members of Congress in a memo that it took a scenic route around the Pentagon. This follows the deadly mid-air collision at that same airport in January between a commercial aircraft and Army helicopter, which killed 67 people.
I don't know who's on this helicopter, but if we're transporting generals through that airspace because they can't get in an SUV, that is wrong.
The Army maintains that helicopter was following flight procedures and directions from the Pentagon air traffic controllers, and the Transportation Secretary says he will announce plans next week to modernize the decades-old air traffic control system. Ali Bauman, CBS News, Newark, New Jersey.
Researchers may have solved an astronomical mystery, the source of gold in the cosmos. Previously, the cosmic production of gold has only been linked to neutron star collisions. Neutron stars are the remnants of the cores from exploded stars and are incredibly dense. Magnetars are highly magnetized neutron stars and are believed to have first appeared over 13 billion years ago. They occasionally unleash an enormous amount of radiation due to starquakes. For the study, the researchers looked at the archival gamma-ray data from NASA and the European Agency of the last observed giant magnetar flare, which was back in 2004. They say the gamma ray resembled what the creation and distribution of heavy elements such as gold would look like in a giant magnetar flare. Now let's get a look at your first warned forecast with meteorologist Blaise Keller. here on Madison's west side. Blaze?
We're looking at quiet conditions to end the weekend. A low pressure system is going to be giving us some rain chances as we head into Sunday night, and then that will continue through the morning commute time frame on Monday. But generally speaking, we're beginning to enter into a dry period that could last about a week or so. We'll talk about why in just a moment. So clouds are going to be a mix of partly sunny to mostly clear across mainly southeastern parts of Wisconsin on Sunday. A low pressure system is getting cut off from the jet stream throughout Sunday, and it's going to be retrograding or moving slowly backwards because it's not moving east, so it's got to just kind of spin on itself. And as it does, we may see some showers as we go into Sunday evening. That will continue overnight, hit or miss showers, and possibly linger into the morning commute time frame on Monday. We're not anticipating any heavy rain out of these showers. In the meantime, 60s and 70s throughout the day on Sunday. Get out and enjoy it. We'll be seasonal, if not a little bit warmer than average, but closer to Lake Michigan. The winds are going to be off the lake, and there's going to be a little bit more cloud cover, so we'll be slightly cooler hanging out in those 50s. So we talked about last week how the jet stream is essentially going to be into parts of Canada next week. What's also going to reinforce our dry conditions is a strong high pressure system that's slowly going to move out of the Alaska area next Tuesday and move into the Hudson Bay area by about Thursday. Because it's so strong, it doesn't necessarily have to be overhead to bring us those dry conditions, acting like a big weather bubble, pushing further those systems into Canada. It will move out of the Hudson Bay area into the Carolina coast by next Sunday, still influencing our weather here in Wisconsin. Finally, it pushes more off into the Atlantic by that following Wednesday, so we're getting closer to the middle of May there, and that's when we'll finally start to move in possibly some more systems. So take a look at Future Track. We're just going to play it all the way through our extended forecast. So we're Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you get the point here. We're accumulating minimal to no rain over the next 7 to 10 days. If we're lucky, we'll get a trace to about 1/10 of an inch of rain. It's been a soggy couple of days, Thursday and Friday especially, so we could use some dry time, but we don't want this drier than normal pattern to persist for too long. And it really doesn't look to be a long-lasting dry period. If we look at the Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14 day forecast, we are trending maybe more normal. So not necessarily drier than average, but those wetter than normal conditions are staying off to our east. So we just get a little bit of a dry period here as we go over the next week or so, and then we'll add back some more rain chances as we look towards the middle and possibly end of May. Rain chances, though, Sunday night into Monday, and then again Wednesday night into Thursday. Otherwise, 60s and 70s, a mix of partly sunny to mostly sunny conditions over the next 7 to 10 days. And those rain chances Monday and Wednesday night don't really look too great. So we're going to keep it at about a 20% chance.
We'll take a little sprinkle just because we could always use the moisture.
Yep.
But these next 7 days or so, I'm getting outside.
You know, it'll give folks the chance to get out into the garden and our farmers to plant anything that they need to, but also now that the seeds could be in the ground, they're not going to get drowned out by all this rain. So I think it's kind of a nice balance here from now through maybe the middle of May.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Blaze. Coming up in sports, the Brewers look to snap their 2-game skid. Andrew has the highlights next in sports.
NFL rookie minicamp is kind of like freshman orientation before college. That first day jitters, they're still there, but it's not too terrible because just about everyone is new. Today was the first day of rookie minicamp for the Packers, and a total of 38 players, including Green Bay's 8 draft picks, headed to Green Bay for the first time to suit up for the first time as Packers, including the 2 stud receivers, Matthew Golden and Savion Williams. Golden shares that Jordan Love texted him right after he was selected.
He texted me literally right after I got drafted, told me it's time to go to work, congratulated me, and just told me, it's time to work, come here and work. I'm definitely going to try to run 4.29 on the field so Jordan can put the ball out there somewhere for me.
Whatever my team need me to do, that's what I'm going to do. So, where Coach tell me to get on tight end and play tight end. So just getting the ball in my hand quick, that's probably it. But, just doing anything I need, doing everything I need to do.
And that leads us into two of the best minutes in sports, or so some say. The Kentucky Derby, 151st version of it. A 22-minute rain delay stopped those special 2 minutes from happening right away. But after that long-awaited track, a thoroughbred thumped his way to the finish line first by the name of Sovereignty. He's your winner of the Kentucky Derby. The odds-on horse, Journalism, finished second. And the Brewers have been obliterated in each of their past two, trying to right the ship against the Cubs. Bottom of the third, and Bryce Terang rips one into right field to tie things up at 1. But in the next half, the Cubs' Pete Crow Armstrong continued a sensational series. He hit 2 bombs last night and smashed another tater tonight. This one scored 3 runs as the Brewers lose and fall 2 games back of 500, 6-2 the final score. In some of the most extreme cases, athletes in college are now making millions of dollars a year and have the opportunity to transfer to a new school every year. Those things would have sounded absolutely ludicrous even just 5 years ago in college athletics. And we caught up with Tom Izzo yesterday before Greg Gard's Guarding Against Cancer fundraiser and got his perspective on changes he says have just gotten out of control.
I mean, I'm all for players making some money. Somebody once said to me, my neighbor once said to me, isn't it nice that the players 3 years ago can make a little money and take their kids or take their girlfriends out to a movie and get a pizza? I said, yeah, but now they can buy the franchise. It's just changed. I mean, transferring, as you know, you had a guy here that's 8 times in 8 years. I don't know if that's healthy for anybody. I don't believe it's healthy. If someone can prove me wrong, I'll jump in with you.
And we'll be right back.
All right. So now that we've entered this nicer stretch of weather, I know your favorite outdoor activity is hammocking. What's yours?
I would say golf, especially this time of year. I've probably already gotten out like 7 times this year, which is a lot for the weather we've had. But once it hits the weather I think you're going to say we're going to have this week, it'll be even more frequent than that.
We're going to triple.
I'm kidding. What's your favorite outdoor activity?
I just like walking around. I don't know.
Take the dogs out.
Yeah. What about you, Mr.?
For me, it's always going to be throwing the football around.
Okay.
And hammocking as well.
Yeah. I mean, how could...
That's true.
Disc golf.
I always see you just sleeping in the hammock.
Yeah.
Right there next to
I'm a
Lake
sleeper,
Monona.
man. When I'm not here, it's the gym or I'm out.
Sleep? All right.
Yeah.
In a hammock.
In a hammock.
Well, it will be good hammock weather, and it will be good golf weather as we go into next week. 40s to start off Sunday, but then we'll be in the 60s by the afternoon. Partly sunny conditions with rain moving in overnight into Monday. Cloudy on Monday, more sunshine on Tuesday. Then we sit pretty quiet in the 60s and 70s for the rest of the forecast.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you back here tomorrow.